You can't hear.
$10,000?
Wow.
Yes,
To upgrade the equipment.
yeah.
It didn't work at first, but then they fixed it, and I thought it was good. Well, it's the Shabbat Shira song,
Oh,
service song, because of Miriam's song in the Parsha.
Oh, yay.
Moses, yeah, right. Deborah
Yeah.
had a huge song in the Parsha.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, she was a prophet and a warrior. She was. So that's why it's a song, and Moses' song also. So it's a beautiful Parsha, really.
I think he forgot to mute us.
Okay with me. Well, they haven't.
Well,
started.
they haven't come down yet either. They're still up here.
Right,
They
exactly.
don't care as much.
Anyway, it's individual taste. I liked it. I like the Arman Bisman, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's very talented. I don't know. Did you like it, Jeff? Or shouldn't I ask?
Well, we had trouble.
I won't ask.
There was an.
No, we loved it.
Oh,
yeah, very good.
Oh, here we
we're
go.
still not unmuted. We're still unmuted.
More of it.
Wow, what happened?
Little kids, they're cute.
Forgot we were on.
You got-
Forgot about
On the
us.
show.
Just a bunch of little squares. I mean, what are we here?
The two little kids wearing a tie and a bow tie. How lovely. Very
And
nice.
the other ones are not dressed properly, probably.
Is there a bat mitzvah tomorrow?
Yes.
Bar mitzvah.
Oh, there
Right?
is? Oh.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, really.
Oh, look at that second kid on the left. He's not dressed nice.
They're so cute. I'm glad we have all these upcoming Jews.
How well behaved.
Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah. Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah.
We can talk, we're not muted.
Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah. Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah. Lehadodi, Lehalah, Ene Shabbat. Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah. Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome everybody to Kol HaN'shamah. I want everybody here in the sanctuary to just turn around and you're going to wave. Turn around, just swivel in your seats and wave to the people through the camera, okay? Everybody's waving at you. We appreciate you being part of the... All right, that's enough of that, okay? Don't get carried away. We appreciate you being part of our community as well. You'll notice that we'll be using Mishkan Tefillah as our prayer book. That's the thin version of the blue books that you see in front of you in the pews. We also appreciate you trying out name labels, if you don't mind. It just helps a bit of communal cohesion. Not everybody can have as fancy one as us, but, we appreciate you helping us out. We've got Cantor Janice Cohen, Cantorial Intern Sarah Bolt. We have JJ and Will helping us with the tech, Chris Tackett on the piano, and I will also mark out and very kindly embarrass the third and fourth grade class teachers and madrachim. Just one thing I want to check in with, because in a little while when I say my drash, my sermon, I'm going to mention a sunset. Okay? So I just want you to take a moment, check in with the people around you. The best sunset you ever saw, where was it? When did you see it? All right, do it now. Out loud. With other humans. So I hope that you've started some conversations that you can continue, even if they're not on the same subject, later. And I want to bring up the Bishop family. Isaac, in addition to celebrating Shabbat, in addition to having the third and fourth graders as part of our service, Isaac is becoming bar mitzvah tomorrow. You can't see it, but I'm looking at his grandmother, looking at him with just eyes of love and pride. So the Bishop family are going to come forward to light the Shabbat candles. You can find the prayer on page 2.
The prayer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
We continue with Dodi on page 20, and we're doing verses 1, 2, and 9.
לך דודי לקראת קלה, יאללה, 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 לשבת, נתעללה.
לך דודי לקראת קלה, יאללה, 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 לשבת, נתעללה.
Shabbat. Boi Shalom, Alech Malah, Gam Simcha, Todah, Kol HaN'shamah, Oseh Shalom, Boi Kallah, Boi Kallah.
Dodi Katala Yalla 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 De Shabbat Dodi Katala Yalla 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 De Shabbat.
Please be seated. I want to tell you a secret, the third and fourth graders, but everybody is going to be eavesdropping with this secret. So you third and fourth graders, the fact is that you don't actually have to be a rabbi or a cantor to lead a service, right? You just have to be an educated Jew. Now, I've probably let the cat out of the bag and done myself out of a job, okay? But all of these people looking at you, you're the leaders, all right? You're the rabbis, you're the cantors this evening, all right? And there's no reason why you can't do that in the future as educated Jews and be the leaders, right? They're following whatever you're doing. Okay, so you're in charge this evening.
We're on page 145.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechonu v'yomecho ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
Please rise.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך, המבורך לעולם ועד.
So we turn to page 147. You third and fourth graders, you can turn around and face your adoring congregation. We're on page 147 for Ma'ariv Aravim, and this gorgeous prayer, it talks about, the Hebrew implies the mixing in of the light and the dark, where you're not quite sure at twilight, is it day, is it night yet? And we hear this amazing rabbinic legend about Adam, the first man, and he's absolutely terrified because when night falls on his first day of living, it's the first ever night. He's not actually sure whether the day will ever come. He doesn't even know that there's distinguishing between day and night. But the twilight for us is that perfect, magic sunset moment. And we say on 147, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhmah poteach sha'arim, uvidvuna meshane itim, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמורותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. We say together on page 148, in each age, we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment, we are addressed by the world. In each age, we're challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment, we stand face to face with truth. In each age, we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment, the knowing heart is filled with wonder. In each age, the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on a foundation of truth. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated.
Give them a second to sit down and take a while. All right, go for it.
Yahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'chayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, vidibarta bam, vishitecha b'veitecha, uvletecha vaderech, uvshokbecha uvekumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'chayu letotafot b'neinecha, uktavtam. Amesuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim leloechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etem Meretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem lelohim, ani Adonai Elohechem.
We say on 151, we worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all. Yet that oneness eludes our grasp as imperfection and evil abound. Before our eyes, there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness. There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul. When will redemption come? When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves. Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High. We learn God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power that makes for freedom.
That's my fault.
Mi Chamocha, Va'elim Adonai, Bala Mi Chamocha, Nedar B'Kodesh, Norah Tehilot, Oseh
go.
Mi Chamocha, Ba'elim Adonai, Bara, Mi Chamocha, Melar Kodesh.
I was struggling to keep up with the sign language expertise there. We're on page 153. On page 153, we say together, "Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol ha'mo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim."
Page 154.
Vesham, stand up. Bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Meini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים
ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש,
שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
So you could hear the sighs, right? Shabbat, v'yinafash, rested and totally relaxed. And you can hear the old week slipping away. I've spoken to people here who had a tough week, right? And they'd really like that, to forget that week, and for Shabbat to engulf them and surround them. And I think you could hear it in the room.
We are on page 155. Please rise. Face the ark.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agitehi Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your grace.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות,
ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. We continue silently through page 167, either sitting or standing.
peace. You don't have to stand up, but you get down as low as you can. All right, so here we go. May the one, may the one. May the one,
makes peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one makes peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one makes peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one makes peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. Oseh Shalom. Im Roman. Oseh Shalom. Aleinu. 2, 3, 4. May the one make peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one make peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one make peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one make peace, bring peace down, bring peace down.
Can I ask for those who have a loved one to add to the Shebeirach, the healing list from home, if you're watching online, then please put that name in the chat or comment section and JJ will funnel it towards me in a little while. I'm going to call on Ian Bishow, the father of Isaac, our bar mitzvah this Shabbat, to offer a Drash interpretation of our weekly portion. Thanks, Ian.
Roger that. Okay. Hi. All right. My Drash comes from Exodus 21:37 through 23.9. Laws on property and moral behavior, specifically protection of the weak. The Torah states that you shall not oppress a stranger, for you know the feeling of the stranger, having yourselves been strangers in the land of Egypt. It speaks of giving every consideration to safeguard not only their rights, but their feelings, and that they should never be shamed. God is meant to be the one who lifts up the downtrodden and helps the poor. Today, these principles have been expanded by some and called into basic question by others. Simply put, we all have the power to make a positive impact on someone's life, even in the smallest way, and at the least, to not make it more difficult for them. The difference you make in another's life can be as simple as a smile rather than an expression of judgment. As a chef, I was outside of the restaurant one night and met with a guest asking about random stuff, and in his hand was an unlit cigar. Pulled a lighter from my pocket to light it for him, and he acted like I had just saved his life. And sometimes the weakest among us might be four-legged furballs. How we approach them says a lot about ourselves. A simple example is some cats that we have living in our yard. They're not ours, but they were there before us, and they're not doing anything wrong, so we're not trying to chase them off. We just don't want to make them feel unwelcome. If our property provides them some comfort and shelter from the elements, then so be it. Tikkun Olam is the belief that it is our responsibility to repair the world by being more just, peaceful, tolerant, and equal through acts of charity, kindness, and political action, which should extend beyond religion. Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. Shabbat Shalom. That was really beautiful. Thank you for telling us those stories. We're going to take a moment to think of those who are in need of healing. We've recently added to our list Abra Perez Tita. We also, from the online part of our community, add Dee Carr, Boyd Pomeroy, Terry Barrow, Lynette Smith, and Carolyn Fuchs. If there's anybody in the room who'd like to add a name for healing, just to mark someone out who could use a little extra help and practical support, please make yourself known to me and we'll go around the room and hear those names. Thank you. Andy? Leora? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Did I miss anyone? So our healing prayer is on page 253. You're welcome to stand if that's your, or sit, depending on your tradition.
Kol HaBracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Please be seated. I'm going to welcome the 3rd and 4th graders to make their presentation, but I do just want to mark out and honor the following people. Tiana Liebskind, who's our 3rd grade Hebrew teacher. Ali Silber, our 4th grade Hebrew teacher. Emily Ellen Tuck, our 3rd and 4th grade religious school teacher. We have David Burke, one of our Madrachim for 4th grade Hebrew. We also honor Elijah White, who works with the religious school, both 3rd and 4th graders, and Aaron Zeldin, who, that's right, you've got to come up here and get your flowers, okay? It's the expression I use. I might actually get you real flowers. I should have thought of that. We also appreciate Rena Liebskind, the head of our religious school director of education. But I'm going to hand over to you folks to tell us a few things.
Hi, I am the 3rd grade teacher. This is Allie, the 4th grade teacher. We've kind of been focusing on Tikkun Olam, which we heard from Isaac's dad, thank you. And also, Tu B'Shvat was kind of a little bit a part of the project. We asked them to create an earth, however they wanted, go crazy with the arts and crafts, and then we asked them to jot down an idea that they thought would help heal the earth in some way. So we're going to have the kids present now. Thanks.
Even on? Yep, they are.
So we just start on one side and go. Rafi, if you go on, do you want to go first?
Hi, I'm Ivan. I think I can make my backyard have a lot of trees, even though it's already a forest.
Hi, I'm Cyrus. I think I can help by planting trees anywhere I go.
Hi, I'm Rafi. I can help the world by trying not to use plastic.
Hi, I'm Jacob. Something I can do is to help the trees grow.
Hello, I'm Gabe, and one thing I can do to fix the earth is volunteering at a nursing home.
My name is Levi, and one way I can help heal the world is by recycling.
Hi, my name is Ike, and one thing I can do to help the earth is to plant a garden.
Hi, my name is Zoe, and what I wanted to do was help the ocean by taking out all of the trash and stop pollution.
Hi, I'm Ariel. One way I can help heal the world is by planting trees and other flowers.
Hi, I'm Sasha. I can help heal the world by giving to homeless people.
Hi, I'm Josie. A way I can fix the earth is I will pick up trash when I see it, and I will give the homeless food and money.
Hi, I'm Sydney, and the way I can heal the world is being mindful of where I put my trash.
Hi, I'm Naomi, and one way to help the world is to be kind and don't little.
Thanks, 3rd and 4th graders. You guys can have a seat.
Thank you so much. I want to make sure that everyone is listening, okay? So the family members of those young people want you to take notes, right? And if you need to make sure they follow up, right? That wasn't just a nice presentation. It was a promise, okay, of what they're going to do. And 3rd and 4th graders, I'm going to need to ask you something in my remarks in a second. So listen up. I'm going to need your help. Because last week I was driving down Swan Road from very near the base of the Catalina foothills, and my task was really, really practical. I had to take my son to the BBYO Jewish youth group, and what seemed like a merely logistical moment became something more, though. I simply had to stop the car as I gazed down at glorious Tucson at that magic hour of twilight that I've gone on about so much this evening. And the saguaros around me seemed to join with me as part of an impromptu congregation when the oranges, browns, and purples of the sunset blended and the sun slowly ducked down under the mountains. And I felt close to God in that moment, like heaven had blended with earth. At which point I was jarringly brought back to reality. "Dad," said Elijah, "I'm going to be late for BBYO. It's wings and poker night." Fair enough. Who was I to stand in his way? And we're in constant tension between those special higher moments of life and the functional demands of daily tasks, between the sublime episodes where the universe seems glorious and special and the times where we just need to get stuff done. And for the 3rd and 4th graders, for their special service, I want you just to put your hands up. Who from the 3rd and 4th grade, you just love spending time with your friends and it just makes you happy? Okay? Put your hand up from the... Right, okay. It's just the best feeling in the world where you're with people that you really like to hang out with. Now, one more question for the 3rd and 4th graders. Have the grown-ups in your life ever, in the middle of you having that amazing happy time with your friends, ever told you you have to do your homework or tidy your room? Hands up if that... Yeah, I thought that was true. Yeah. Okay. So there are probably some adults who are watching or listening who can empathize. Now, the great Hasidic leader, Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, pointed out this tension in our holy Torah from this week's portion. In the portion, there's an incredible encounter. Moses and the other leaders of the Jewish people are invited to come up to Mount Sinai and be closer to God. It's an amazing invitation to receive. It's the guest list you want to be on. Moses, his brother Aaron's sons and the 70 elders are invited up the mountain to be in God's presence. The Torah even describes that they saw God standing on some kind of sapphire pavement which is pure as the sky. Actually says they saw God, but that's for another night and another sermon. Just going to leave it hanging there. The tension comes in the verse at the beginning of Exodus chapter 24 where it reads, "Then God said to Moses, come up to Adonai with Aaron, Nadav, and Avihu and 70 elders of Israel and bow low from afar." So come up, but bow low to God, but come up, but bow down from afar. So you've got to come close, but stay away. After all, it's only Moses who ascends to the mountaintop. Everybody else stays back. So which is it? Come close or stay back? Ascend to the heavenly realm or remain right here on earth with everyone else? So only last week at Kol HaN'shamah, we were confronted by that dilemma. We sang, Im kemach ein Torah, Im ein Torah, ein kemach. If there's flour, basic sustenance or needs taken care of, there's no learning or spirituality and vice versa. In other words, if there's no higher spiritual life, then the practical stuff becomes meaningless. And if there are only sublime moments of being closer to God, nothing gets done. Rabbi Rubenstein last week taught us how to bake challah and bagels, right? I was in that class with a bunch of you folks. You were showing your baking skills. And it was great getting our hands dirty, but we were also making the baking into a heavenly moment by feeding ourselves and other people around us who are precious to us. And Rabbi Motzkin last week, our Torah scribe, she taught us about the special holy aspects of a beautiful Torah scroll. The scroll, the object itself, is majestic and mysterious, ancient and awe-inspiring. But here's the real message. The tension between being near or far from God, it doesn't have to be one thing or the other. We don't have to make such a separation. The spiritual and the practical. After all, last week, when we talked about the transcendent aspects of the Torah scroll, in the next moment, we also learned how to proofread it. So we sat with our partners and did something really practical. You read the scroll in front of you, and your partner had a sheet with how the scroll was meant to look, and one person shouted out the letter, Aleph, and their partner said, yeah, Aleph, Resh, Resh, Gimel, Gimel, and we went back and forth to make sure the Torah scroll was correct and kosher. So the practical and the spiritual were meeting in the middle. And we've got a tradition that the Torah existed before the world even was created. That the first time the Torah entered the world, the letters flickered and flashed through the air before finding their place on the parchment. So sacred, so ethereal, but we're still confronted with how to use the Torah day by day. It's a stunning object with religious traditions, but I would claim it means less without its teachings being carried out. Now, Isaac, I know, right? You're like, well, the rabbi's calling me out. Okay, don't worry, it's for a good reason. You're becoming a bar mitzvah tomorrow, and in that service, you'll talk about your love of books. Now, I don't know about you, Isaac, but when I'm in the middle of a good book, I totally get lost in it, and there's this interesting, weird feeling, quite spiritual, I'd claim. You just want to get back to reading it when you leave it. And you've got a real sense of loss when you finish it and are waiting for the next great read. At the same time, this book of ours, the Torah, just like your mindfulness book you'll describe tomorrow at your bar mitzvah, it's practical. Feed the hungry, visit the sick, punish murder, don't damage someone else's property. We might feel close to God when we read the Torah at our bar mitzvah in front of those we love and who love us, but at the same time, the feeling won't be sufficient to help you become a responsible grown-up, Isaac. That takes practical, down-to-earth time and effort, even though that time and effort might be inspired by what you do tomorrow morning. So most of us will have those moments when we feel spiritual, a sublime second which takes us out of our daily existence and transports us to a different realm. And those moments are precious, where we're like Moses and the elders being invited to ascend the mountain, the stunning saguaro sunsets where the rest of the world melts away and heaven meets earth. And at the same time, earth will sometimes make a claim on our time up the mountain. Down to earth demands will need to be met. Because after all, the elders in our Torah this week were told, bow down from afar. Don't get too close. You can't be at the mountain summit all the time. My own twilight reverie was interrupted by the practical needs of getting my son to youth group. So the good news is we don't have to choose. We can enjoy the otherworldly nature of a Torah scroll in one moment while proofreading it the next. We can bake bread, but make a point of sharing it with those we deeply love. We can stand at the very summit of Sinai, but feel the pull of the daily responsibility of dealing with real-world issues here on earth. Shabbat Shalom. Now, Gary is our treasurer of our board. Gary Kipper, you're going to come up to the front and you're going to give us a little bit of a different spin on our weekly announcements, okay? I'm giving you a big build-up here, Gary. Don't let me down.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're doing things a little different. Management, Michelle and the rabbi, have suggested, instead of just reading the minutes, that this would be a good way for everybody to meet board members. So my name's Gary Kipper. My wife's Tandy Kipper. I have two children, Jamie and Andrea, who you went to school with. And so I've been here 35 years. I grew up in Denver, Colorado. I'm in the scrap metal business, and I'm treasurer of the synagogue. And they're going to ask us all to speak about something that's, we like about Kol HaMi, something that's been uplifting, something special. And I think the most special thing so far that's happened to me is being on the boards to merge the two synagogues, and just really worked with some great people and had great ideas, and everybody moved the whole thing forward. And now we have this, I think, fantastic synagogue that's going to make everything better. I think a rising tide floats all boats, and I think a better synagogue helps the Jewish community in Tucson, no matter what. So that's my spiel, and Rabbi, I hope I lived up to it.
Absolutely did, Gary.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I do want to acknowledge Cantor Bryce Megdal, who's on the bimmer with us and who's going to help us sing and say Todah, thank you, for the things that we're grateful for. So here's what I want everybody to do before we say thank you. If you're here celebrating Shabbat and you've just had a really great positive thing happen to you, wherever you are in the world, whether you're here or at home, if you had a really big positive thing happen to you, stand up this week, okay? From this week, stand up, okay? Like a really big deal, okay? Great. If during this past week you had like a small victory, right? It was good. It wasn't like great, but it was good. Then stand up, okay? You folks stand up. Okay, good. I love it. All right. If you came, all right, if you're celebrating Shabbat specifically to connect with God, that was the main reason why you're part of this service here or at home, then stand up, okay? All right. If you're here because you primarily came to support your family members, all right, then you've got to stand up. And if you made it through the whole week to get to that point, then stand up. We're going to say thank you.
Yes, not yet. We have to set up, keep stalling. We have to set up the mic.
Really appreciate all the good things that have happened in our community this week, and we're going to say thank you for all of those. We really appreciate you bringing a special thank you song to our midst.
Shabbat Shalom. I am so happy to be here. When Cantor Cohen and I were talking about what I might do when I told her I was going to be here, she said that we saw each other in Palm Springs when both of us were at a cantorial conference, and I did my version of Modani that I wrote many years ago, but I recently wrote a kid's version. And even though it's Friday night, we can still say Todah, Modani. It's okay. You can keep it in your heads for tomorrow morning too, because it will probably get stuck in your head. So what is the word Todah? Hello down there. I can see you a little bit. Do you know what Todah means?
Yes, I do.
What does it mean?
Todah means thank you.
Todah, thank you so much. That is correct. You are the winner. I'm sorry I didn't bring anything for you from Orlando. But so when I say the word Todah, I want you to say it back at me. You guys have heard this song a little bit?
Yeah.
A little bit?
No.
Yeah?
No.
No, it's okay. It's
No.
easy to learn. And if you're not awake because it's Friday night and you had a long day, well, this should uplift your spirits a little bit, wake you up a little bit. Let's practice. Todah.
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 Oh, wow, you guys are very good at this. Good to know. It's a little harder in the morning when you just wake up, right? But you're a little awake, right? So maybe think of something that you're thankful for, right? And just all together, we're going to shout it out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone shout out what they're thankful for. Airplane. Shabbat. Music. Kol HaN'shamah. Who's thankful for Kol HaN'shamah? That's why we're all here. Woo! Yeah! Dancing. Did you say dancing? Oh, you can definitely bop
Torah.
around a little bit and do a little dancing. Go for it. Yeah, feel free to bop around while I sing a couple words, and then we'll get back to the Todahing. We thank God for letting us live another day. We thank God for giving us the chance to pray. And maybe play a little bit. Yeah? Modani lifanecha. Modani lifanecha. Here we go. Todah.
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 Todah. Let the sun shine in tomorrow. Feel it on your skin tomorrow. Breathe in deeply, no more sleeping. Tomorrow. Guess what? Thank you, God, for waking us up. Guess what? Tomorrow. Todah.
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 Todah. A little louder. Todah. 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 And one more really big Todah. Let me hear you, Todah.
That was a big finish, lovely.
Yeah.
We're going to remain
Todah.
standing, and we ask if you're at home, you want to add a name for Kaddish. Now will be the time to add it, but we turn to page 282 for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'tei gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim
Please be seated. As we get towards the end of our service, we do offer the opportunity, if you're thinking of a loved one who have passed away and you want to remember them, then please come forward to the front. You can take one of these stones in your hand, weigh it carefully as you think of the memory of your loved one, and then place it on the table. So if you'd like to do that before Kaddish, now would be the moment. From the online part of our community, we add the name of Stephen Block. Those who died during the past month, Erwin Rossman, Amy Cohen, Ernest Anditch, Larry Mann, Roseanne State, Fran Hawk, friend of Nancy and John Robertson. We also remember Zelik Zinitsky, victim of the Holocaust that Isaac is remembering as part of his bar mitzvah, and those whose yahrzeits are observed this week: Hyman Edelstein, Sarah Balkin, Vita Berlinguieri, Evelyn Bursch, Morris Bayer, Gloria Bolotin, Marda Brown, Beatrice Brustowski, Hank Case, Geraldine Christopherson, Rhea Cohen, Helen Cohen, Kenneth Dickstein, Benjamin Feld, Jack Fieldcow, Esther Fleissig, Senda Friedman, Estelle Gewirtz, Harold Gilden, Jack Gold, Francis Goldfarb, David Greenberg, Barbara Harrow, David Heilbrunn, Gertrude Hornstein, Rachel Jontow, Bernie Katz, Molly Kern, Susan Knauer, Malcolm Lachman, Leopold Lappet, Godfrey Levy, Sadie Levy, Abraham Livingstone, Robert Marcus, Jean Miller, Harold Mitnick, Eileen Nessel, Esther Oppenheim, Edith Pallant, Ruth Rodgavella, Frank Roseman, Rose Rosenblatt, Matthew Rosenblum, Ernest Rosenfeld, Mary Rosenkrantz, Arthur Sheff, Robert Schoolman, Dora Schaffman, Albert Shepard, Lillian Silverman, Gertrude Silverman, Carol Anditch Slavik, Seymour Temkin, Andy Toffel, William Travis, Sadie Weinreb, Edith Zecher, and Marvin Zinman. If your loved one has already been mentioned, then please rise. If you still need to add a name, then please make yourself known to me so we can hear that now. Will everyone please rise to support the mourners as we recite Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ba'ama divrach hirutei v'yamnich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'izman kariv v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'a v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitada v'yitaleh v'yitalel shemei Kedusha brichu. Le'ela minko birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Damiran ba'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen. Ve'imru, ve'imru. Ve'imru amen. Ve'imru, ve'imru, ve'imru amen. Cantor Megdal is going to lead us in our closing song. It can be found on the bottom of page 14. It's the last paragraph of that page.
And just before we sing that song, congregations all around the country are marking Repro Shabbat, talking about women's reproductive health. And so if you want to join me in the boardroom after the service for another oneg, in addition to the one in the Side Justice Social Hall, we'll be hearing some of those stories for Repro Shabbat. You're very welcome to join me there as well.
So this is called Or Zarua, but it's by Jared Stein, who's a singer-songwriter in LA. And the main part of it that I want you to remember to do is I say something and then you say, be the righteous one, okay? Something, 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 be the righteous one. Be the righteous one, right? Do I want the capo? That's the question. That is always the question.
You want it really low?
No. Okay, I'll do it. Oh, wait, yeah. different capo. Thank you for letting me borrow your guitar, by the way. Is it on? It's good. Okay, I think that's better. This sounds really good, this guitar. I like it. Can I take it home?
No.
Okay, it goes like this. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Ul yishrei lev simcha, ul yishrei lev simcha, ul yishrei lev simcha cha cha. Live a life of goodness, be the righteous one. Live a life of happiness, be the righteous one. Live a life of holiness, be a righteous one. And let our hearts shine out. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Ul yishrei lev simcha, ul yishrei lev simcha, ul yishrei lev simcha cha cha. Live a life of goodness, be the righteous one. Live a life of holiness, be the righteous one. Live a life of happiness, be the righteous one. And let our heart shine out. One more time. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Ul yishrei lev simcha, ul yishrei lev simcha, ul yishrei lev simcha cha cha. Shabbat Shalom. Be the righteous one.
So we're going to distribute some grape juice, not wine, to you people. And let's sing together.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, be'ahava u'b'ratzon, imchilanu, zikaron le'maseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila
קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. אמן.
Chaim.
לחיים.
Motzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together, as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.